What's up, all you beautiful motherfuckers? Welcome to Random Wrestling Talk, episode number 41. Today is a special episode because now we're going to hear me bitch and complain for a full hour about Vince McMahon possibly returning back to power in WWE. Oh, God, help us all. For the love of God, help us all. Jeez Louise. Matthew Consuelo says, oh no. Yep, that is correct. There's a report going around that Vince McMahon may try to come back, even though there's a new allegation, a legal allegation of a sexual assault charge on him. This is very interesting. I'm going to get into that. There's a few other things, reports about Brock Lesnar and the possible matchup he might have at WrestleMania 39. He may be facing Gunther, so I'll go over that with you guys as well. Ratings are in about WWE Raw from last night. Man, the ratings were terrible. Fucking terrible. Matthew Consuelo says, somebody stop him. I don't think there's any way anyone's going to stop him except for an act of God. That's about the only thing that's going to stop this crazy motherfucker from coming back to the WWE. I don't even think him molesting a woman would stop him from getting into the WWE creative booking decisions and being the chairman of the company. I honestly do not know. This is very, very concerning, and I don't like it one single bit. This absolutely fucking sucks. Yeah. So let's go over the history of Vince McMahon before we go into all this other news information. Vince McMahon at one point was a creative genius. I will admit that. I think he was very good at what he did, especially in the 90s, the late 90s, most importantly, with Vince Russo, and what he did in the early 2000s. Once we reached the point of 2009, I think that's when we started seeing some kind of serious change taking place. And by 2010, that is when the product was going to die with him in power. Triple H has been very decent with SmackDown. I think he's done an excellent job with SmackDown compared to what he's been doing with Raw. Raw feels very dull, very boring, as you guys already know. If you happen to watch the episode from last night, I did a review on that. If you'd like to go back on the channel and check that out, it is doing rather well. It has 81 views already within less than 24 hours. So I'm very pleased with that. And yeah, I mean, Raw has not been that great, even with Triple H running the ship. It has been a complete bore fest beyond belief. But at least one thing we're not getting that Vince McMahon gave us was repetitive matches, because he is a senile old bastard with dementia. So, what are you gonna do? You know, I have no idea. But it is what it is. I hope Vince McMahon does not come back and do anything that is going to ruin this promotion. This promotion has gotten better. Stock has been going up. Unfortunately, stock has slightly gone down now that there has been a report about this allegation on Vince McMahon and the possibility of him possibly coming in to the WWE as a person running booking decisions and so forth that he originally had. Matt87 Eagle says, just when WWE is starting to get some somewhat watchable, granted, there have been a few bumps on Raw, but the product has greatly improved since the old man was booted out. Yeah, well, that may just fucking change for all we know, because this product is going to die if he goes ahead and takes back power that he once had. So I got 6 people in here. Guys, if you want to go ahead, leave any comments in the chat. I will be more than happy to read your comments, talk with you guys, and go over anything you guys would like to talk about. Also, If you haven't hit the like button, it would be greatly appreciated if you go ahead and hit that like button. Helps out the channel, helps out the popularity with the channel and everything else. I want to get this channel a little bit bigger. It is growing slightly, little by little, every single week. I greatly appreciate you guys sticking by with me from last week. I understand I did not provide any content whatsoever, basically giving you guys, I was taking a week off basically. From this, I've been kind of burnt out between my job and doing this at the same time and trying to also have somewhat of a life as well. So that's the only reason why I took that week off. And I greatly appreciate you guys for sticking by me. And also, I apologize for not providing any content if you guys were looking forward to that anyway. But yeah, this is not good. The stock market went down 1.5%. Matt 87 Eagle says, "Oh great, here comes Scrappy Do again." Wow. Cat Inkpen says, "Life, you're allowed to have that." Oh, laugh out loud. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm allowed to have that, Cat. I appreciate the comment. Yes, I am allowed to have a life. That is something we are all allowed to have. Unfortunately, we all have to work and earn our paychecks to pay our bills, and fortunately, this channel does not provide me any of that. So I have to work on this as the channel grows, and once it does, hopefully, I can go ahead and make this my permanent job. If not, oh well, it's not a big deal. This is just a hobby, something I enjoy doing with you guys, and I love communicating and having good talks with you guys about pro wrestling. Um. So, hold on one second. Let me go ahead and respond to this comment from a friend of mine. Give me one sec. So yeah. Um, where was I? Yeah. Vince McMahon being in office once again. Let me go ahead and pull this article up and talk to you guys about this whole entire thing. Give me a second. I bookmarked it, so I will be able to find it very easily. Just give me 1 second to pull it up. What the fuck? All right. So here we go. Vince eyes potential WWE comeback amid new legal allegations from two alleged assault victims. Oh my gosh. Is this guy out of his fucking mind? Cat Inkpen says, need to give you the easily distracted tag too. All right. So anyway, this is what the article says. Former WWE chairman and CEO Vince McMahon, who announced his resignation and subsequently retirement over the summer following a barrage of misconduct allegations, is interested in making a comeback despite facing new surfaced legal demands from two women allegedly sexually misconduct, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal. What the fuck? Is this guy out of his fucking mind? He's expecting to come back, take over the rights of the company that he originally had so he can go ahead and do what he was doing before while dealing with all this new allegations of sexual assault. What the fuck? Sexual misconduct, I should say. What the hell is this? So, documents reviewed by the news outlet revealed that McMahon received a letter from former wrestler referee Rita Chatterton on November 3rd, demanding $11.75 million in damages following a 3-decade old accusation that McMahon raped her in a limousine. Oh my gosh. Her letter cites years of ongoing depression, substance abuse, disorder eating, lost income, and overall decreased quality of life. So she's suing him for something that happened decades ago. Boy, these women just love coming out of the woodwork. Where the fuck was she when this actually happened? I mean, no offense to anybody. I don't understand the logic, and I guess it's because I'm not a woman, so I don't understand how it's like to be raped. I mean, there are men in the world that do get raped by women, not as often as it is from a male to a female, but still, man. I mean, you're getting raped. You have every right to stand up and do something about it. Now, there's probably other variables involved, and I'm not trying to be insensitive or anything. It's just I don't understand the mentality to let something sit for so long and do nothing about it. I would be pissed if somebody did that to me and didn't do anything about it. I would go to a lawyer uh and I do something. Cat Inkpen says it's shame and embarrassment. I understand that, but still at the same time, you're allowing someone to get away with something that they committed a crime. Um, I think you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. I don't think it's nothing to be ashamed of. I think the person that did it to you should be ashamed of themselves more than the person that was raped because you didn't do anything wrong. I'm just stating my opinion. I'm not saying anything that any woman would say to me personally. And Cat Inkpen saying a couple of comments, which I'll read. I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel upset, traumatized, or anything like that. But I'm I understand it's a sensitive subject. But still at the same time, I think you're just allowing someone to get away with something that is not right. It's wrong. And it should be taken upon the person to do that as soon as possible, not let it sit. But I do understand the other variables that are involved. Um, so I do apologize if I'm saying anything that might be insensitive to anyone, but I'm just saying that I think it's wrong to allow someone to get off scot free with some terrible crime like that. Because honestly, the person who did something like that should be ashamed, not the person who's the victim, because there's nothing to be ashamed of. You didn't do anything wrong. It's the person that did it to you. And I think they're assholes for anyone that does that to women or vice versa for that matter. Um, Let me go over the other comments that Cat Inkpen said. She says, why most women don't say is because of shame and embarrassment, and that they don't want to relive the trauma. Okay. I understand that. Um, I mean, I had something happen to me that was downright fucking messed up in my life, which I'm not going to go over here on this channel, but it was pretty off the walls and it was kind of embarrassing my own self. So I get it. Um, but let's continue. A separate demand emailed to McMahon's attorneys in November and reviewed by Wall Street Journal accused McMahon of assaulting a former spa manager in 2011. What? What the fuck? He assaulted a spa manager in 2011 in a California hotel. According to the report, she alleged the assault happened while McMahon was in town for a WWE event. She reported that the incident to the resort at the time of the alleged assault, sources told the outlet. Spokesman for WWE, the company's independent board members and McMahon declined to comment to the Wall Street Journal. McMahon's attorney did not respond to the outlet's request for comment. Sources with knowledge of McMahon's comments told the paper that the former WWE CEO is refusing the pay settlements to the two women and that he intends to return to the company after stepping down in June. He has said that he received bad advice from people close to him to step down and that he now believes the allegations and investigations would have blown over had he stayed, these people said. The WSJ report read. WWE did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital's request for comment, and McMahon announced his retirement in July, adding that his daughter Stephanie would take over co-CEO along with Nick Khan. Okay. And there's more. According to the previous report, the Wall Street Journal, McMahon was under investigation from the company's board for an alleged secret $3 million payment to a former employee he supposedly had an affair with. The board's investigation into the issue began in April when other non-disclosure agreements over misconduct claims from former workers against McMahon, the head of talent relations, John Laurinaitis, revealed, according to the report. I honestly do not believe. I do not believe that anyone, and I mean anyone, should actually believe that this guy got any shot of coming back into the WWE. There's no way. There is no way in hell this guy can actually make it back. If they allow this man back into WWE, I am discontinuing any WWE content on this channel. 100%. There won't be a WrestleMania review. There won't be no Royal Rumble review. There won't be shit on this channel ever again related to WWE if they allow this man to come back into this company. This guy is a fucking disgrace. And I hope he gets thrown in jail for what he's done to these women and the way he's conducted himself as a owner of this company. This guy is a low-down trash bag. He has made wrestling a parody, a fucking joke. And he has insulted a bunch of people's intelligence. He's made the ratings drop like a fucking rock. And he doesn't care about his talent whatsoever. His talent walked on eggshells for over 10 plus years from 2010 up to now. The guy is a low-down piece of garbage. Anybody that wants to support this product with him in power, you're a fool. This product will die if he takes over this company. It already stated, I'll even pull up the report. You guys will not fucking believe this. Their stock market was going up in WWE. Now get this. I'm going to pull this article up. You guys will not believe what happened once this report came out. Arcade, Matt 87 Eagle says, I don't care how many stocks he holds. And Arcade says, I hope he doesn't come back. Matt 87 Eagle said that. I don't care how many stocks he holds. I mean, I hope nobody wants him to come back. I mean, seriously, this guy does not deserve to have any ownership or any control within this company. He has done nothing but brought this company into the ground. This guy is a low-down trash bag. And I don't respect him at all. And I don't think anybody should have any respect for this man for what he has done, how he has conducted himself. I mean, for goodness sakes, I don't care if it was an accident or not. What he did was terrible to Owen Hart and his family. He wanted to figure out a way to make him move faster down the fucking the rafter down to the floor so he can outdo what Sting did with his coming down from the rafters. Why? Well, what was so fucking important about that? The man lost his life. The man cared about his family. And all you wanted him to do is act like a fucking buffoon as the Blue Blazer. Owen Hart was a fucking treasure to this business. He was as good as his brother, Bret the Hitman Hart. And what did you do with him? You had him drop fucking 20 feet from the air or higher and it snapped the thing that was supposed to hold him, and he went all the way down and broke his fucking neck on a ring post. You know, I've been understanding about that. It was an accident and so on and so forth. But you know what? Fuck him for what he did to Owen Hart. What a piece of shit for doing that to that man. And most importantly, to his wife and his kids. They had a black eye on professional wrestling because of that. Fuck you, Vince. You're a piece of shit. Cat Inkpen says, I barely watch and I don't want him back either. Well, no shit. I mean, anybody with a brain in their head shouldn't want this guy back. Arcade says, Owen was a good dude. Rest in peace to him. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for showing some respect. I just can't understand how this man has the gall to fucking want to come back after all these reports are coming out on him. This guy has a fucking humongous egotistical problem. And more importantly, he has no care for anybody's life, feelings, or anything. Who the fuck would want to work with this dude? Except for our good old buddy, Bruce. I love you. Bruce Pritchard. What a fucking fat ass bitch. That guy would suck Vince McMahon's cock if he had to. Guy's a fucking loser. I don't even know what the fuck Triple H has got his ass there still. Hey, Bruce, why don't you go ahead and go take a turd on the side of the road and get lost? Some shit like that. Whatever. Alyssa Stansberry says, all care about money in Samoan boy Roman Reigns. Don't think give Roman Reigns versus Roman Reigns. No one wants the Rock versus Roman. Okay. Well, it might happen for all we know. Unfortunately. Let me go over this report though. I mean, this is fucking sick. Stocks are down following the WSJ story on Vince McMahon. Following the Wall Street Journal releasing a report with new sexual assault allegations on Vince McMahon, WWE's seen its stocks price drop by 1.5% today. That's not good. Not that matters to us or anything like that. We don't have any investment into the company, but as a whole, we should want to see the WWE be financially successful as well as productively successful when it comes to storyline progressions. So I am actually considerate and care a lot about what happens financially with this company, because without the finances, there is no WWE. It doesn't exist. They need the money so that they can keep providing their workers the money that they need to support their families, plus the money they need to do the production and the shows that they do at these events. So we need to, personally, I do believe we should care about how the company is doing financially. Not that it's our biggest concern. We should be caring a lot of the other stuff, such as the production of the shows and how the storylines are going. With the storylines and everything else follows when it comes to the production of revenue within the company. So that is what is going to bring them more money, is the concern about what they are doing on the shows. The shows is what make people want to go out and spend their hard-earned money to watch these shows. Now, granted, like I said last night, are we going to actually see these people show up and actually voice their opinion if the show sucks? Because I'm not seeing it. These people are sitting there doing absolutely nothing. They're not getting mad. They're not getting upset. They're not raving. They're not going crazy. They're not getting exciting. They're just sitting there like a bunch of fucking dickheads doing nothing. What are you paying your money for to watch these shows then in person? Come on. What the fuck's wrong with you? Alyssa Stansberry says, want to see Cody versus Roman Reigns, not hype around The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Okay. I got you. I'm in agreement with you. I don't want to see The Rock do anything in WWE. He's got nothing else more to prove. This thing with The Rock and Roman Reigns is getting pretty retarded. It's it's old. There's no need for it. We want to see Cody versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship and someone who is currently within the company to challenge for the Universal title. That's what we need to see. And that's all I have to say on that subject. So let me continue here. The report also stated that both victims, former WWE referee Rita Chatterton, or Chatteron, and a former California spa employee have sent letters demanding legal damages to McMahon's representatives. Vince McMahon retired. Da, da, da. Okay, I already talked about all this. I'm not going to repeat myself over and over again, but you get my point. So there you go. The stock market in WWE has dropped 1.5% after just one report being stated that Vince McMahon has allegedly had two reports made on him by two other women that they want settlement money or something done legally to this guy. And this guy is going to go get off scot-free, pay out the money, and then go about doing whatever the fuck he's going to do within WWE. If that happened, folks, I ain't watching this fucking product anymore. I really am not going to give this company any support while Vince McMahon's there. I can't. As a person with standards, a person with dignity, and what have you, there is no need for any of us to give a flying fuck about WWE ever again. It's a man in power. There ain't no way. This guy is a fucking cancer to professional wrestling. Him and CM Punk are by far the worst thing that wrestling could ever ask for. They are pieces of shit. And I'm glad one of them's out. And I hope Vince McMahon stays out too. Because they are both crap. And they make wrestling look bad. They give them a fucking black eye, is what they do to the wrestling industry. Just saying. And they hated each other on top of it. So that's really kind of funny. See here. What else? Yeah, let's talk about the ratings. Oh my gosh. The ratings on WWE Raw last night. Trash. 100% unadulterated trash. WWE Raw draws one of the lowest ratings in show history. Raw tied the lowest viewership number it has done on USA Network. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Raw last night tied its all-time low record audience on USA Network with 1.47 million viewers, and it did its third lowest 18 to 49 rating on the network in history at 0.37. The viewership number ties the July 5th, 2021 Raw for the show's lowest on USA Network. There was an episode that was moved to Sci-Fi and did 1.39 viewers earlier this year against the Olympics. This week's Monday Night Football game also did lower than usual, with the New England Patriots and the Arizona Cardinals averaging 10.25 million viewers. I only wish WWE would provide those kind of ratings and get that kind of viewership, because they would be doing a hell of a lot better than what they do right now. Raw was seventh for the night on cable behind NFL related programming. Raw was ninth with women 18 to 49, seventh in men, seventh in people overall from 18 to 34, seventh in women with 12 to 34 age group, and eighth in men from 12 to 34 age group. Man, what's notable is the ratings pattern was completely different from the past 2 weeks, which had high first hours and set records for the largest declines in nearly 30-year history of the show. This week, Raw started very low, increased in hour 2, and then fell down in hour 3. But hour 3 was well above last week's record low. So that means that Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley match anchoring the episode kept the audience far better than in several weeks. Raw was down 4% in viewers from last week. Down 9% in the 18 to 49 and even in 18 to 34. From 1 year ago, Raw was down 6% in viewers, down 3% in 18 to 49, and up 19% in 1834. If you go by actual percentages of homes the show is in, factoring out cord cutting, the annual change is favorable with only a 1% drop in viewers, a 3% increase in 1849, and a 26% increase in 18 to 34 demographics. The first 2 3-hour drops were only 4% in women 18 to 49, 10 in men from 18 to 49, and then 12% in women from 12 to 34, and a 14% increase in men from 12 to 34 as well, and a 5% drop with people over the age of 55 years or over 50 years old. The 3 hours were this: 8 p.m., they were 1.48 million viewers. Wow, that's a hell of a way to start off the show. 9 p.m., they were at 1.5 million viewers. And then at 10 p.m., they were at 1.39 million viewers. Holy shit. Oh, what a joke. Very sad, man. The show, Raw is a fucking travesty, man. Matthew Consuelo says the crowd are casuals. Casuals. I don't even know what the fuck they are. They're like, it looks like people filling in seats so that the show doesn't look terrible when it goes on the air, man. If I didn't know any better, I thought they were plants placed by WWE, paid off to sit there in the arena. Come on, man. Have some fucking energy. You're there. You paid your hard-earned money to go there. Have your voice heard, you dumb fucks. What the hell's wrong with these people? Matthew Consuelo says, I'm worried that Triple H might be removed from creative. Oh, God. Don't say that, Matt. Please. Don't say it. He ain't going to be removed. I honestly believe that WWE's head people in this company will be smart enough to not allow Vince McMahon into this company. Vince McMahon has no ownership of this company outside of stocks. That's all he's got. He has no way of getting back in. There has to be a voted in decision by the higher WWE that are still there. If the higher ups decide to vote into power and let him take over his former duties, then at that point, we all should be going ahead and saying, fuck this guy, fuck WWE, and fuck this company, and be done with WWE altogether. And if they're still interested in another promotion like AEW, then go over there and watch it. Otherwise, quit watching pro wrestling altogether, because this shit sucks ass if Vince McMahon's in power. That's all I got to say about that. So that's all I have to say on Vince McMahon and his bullshit show, because he is a waste of time, number one. Number two, he has done nothing but destroy this company from within, and now Triple H is trying to rebuild it back up and bring it to its former self that it used to be, and instead it's a complete laughingstock, and that's all. I mean, Triple H is doing everything he can, really, with Raw. I think he's kind of given up on Raw. He's just kind of throwing shit together, hoping it sticks, because he just doesn't want to do these 3-hour episodes. I honestly can feel that by watching it. He puts more energy and time into SmackDown because it's a 2-hour show. Raw does not need to be 3 hours. There is no need for Raw to be 3 hours. There is not enough creative booking ideas to give Raw the right amount of content for a 3-hour show for us to be entertained and continue to be interested in these shows. So honestly, 3 hours need to go. Matthew Consuelo also said Triple H needs to stay. Absolutely agree with you on that. He also says nobody wants him back as a Dashy XP would say next, and I don't want him back. Cat Inkpen says, I swear some of these outfits have NXT on right now. Okay, apparently you're watching NXT. Holy shit. Don't watch it, Cat. You're wasting your time. That is a fucking shit show. That is like watching old WWE with Vince McMahon in power. It's fucking trash. Matthew Consuelo says, who's running NXT right now? I have no idea. Probably Bruce Pritchard. Cat Inkpen says, I nicknamed these people the Little Mermaid and Barbie Girl. I don't know their actual stage names. You're not missing anything, Cat Inkpen. The show sucks. NXT blows. It is not the same way it used to be back in 2016 to 2020. It has not been the same. It was great back in the day when they were on the WWE Network for 1 hour. When they went back to the actual station, USA Network, they were doing okay, but they were worrying a little too much about what AEW Dynamite was doing. So they were trying to contend with them and match them tick for tat on booking decisions, pay-per-view like quality shows on a free episode of NXT, and they just were getting clobbered. Cat Inkpen says, I'm refusing to wear my glasses, so am I really watching? I don't know. Are you watching? You closed your eyes or something? Is it blurry? I have no idea, Cat Inkpen, but if you're interested in making it more difficult for you to watch NXT, by all means do so, because you ain't missing much anyway. Matthew Consuelo says, William Regal needs to come back. William Regal, I believe, is going to stay in AEW. Matthew Consuelo says actually 2012 to 2021. I think you're referring to how good NXT was from that time span. Yeah, I think that 2012 was all right, all the way up to 2020. 2021, I kind of disagree with that idea. Because 2021 really was when they were starting to fall apart a lot. Matt 87 Eagle says HBK is with full power. Triple H is too busy to control him. Yeah, well, they better straighten the fuck up because this show sucks. I can't watch NXT. And I won't. I refuse to do so. Matthew Consuelo says that's when Triple H was running NXT. Okay. All Elite Satire says, yo, what's up? What's up, Matt? All Elite Satire. Cat Inkpen says, laugh out loud. I can't make out anything 5 feet in front of me without my glasses, much less the TV. Well, then you're not missing much on NXT anyway. Matthew Consuelo says, where's the old NXT Triple H? I don't know, man. It's very sad. Matt 87 Eagle says, Regal is set to return to WWE with a VIP position. Or VP position, Vice President. Holy shit. I didn't know that. Well, fuck AEW, I guess. Hopefully Vince McMahon ain't coming back, because if he does, I say fuck to WWE. AEW's the show I'm going to cover on this channel, and that's about it, because I can't support this company if they're going to allow this guy to take over his positions that he had in WWE before he left. I think that's absolutely trash and a very, very black eye on the WWE product itself. Matthew Consuelo says something is missing with WWE Raw. Yeah, it's called get rid of 3 hours. Then you'll have a good show. And then he says, and I don't know what. Well, I already told you. Get rid of the 3 hours, make it 2, and you're good to go. Then we got a good show. Who knows? Uh, let's see here. What else do I have missing here that I may have not covered yet? Oh, yes. A spoiler on the WWE WrestleMania 39 plan for the opponent of Brock Lesnar. This is actually a very, very good match that is being projected as a possible matchup that may happen at WrestleMania 39. That match is supposed to be Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. Now, Rachel Buck actually pointed this out. I think it was on a comment from last night's Raw episode I reviewed. I think that is actually really interesting. I think that is a great matchup. Number one. Number two, Brock Lesnar has never went after a mid-card title in his entire career. So him and Gunther challenging each other over the Intercontinental Championship should be a fun little match to watch between these two guys. And I think they'll be fucking entertaining as hell. So yeah, I am looking forward to this matchup. I think it will be a blast. And I think they should fucking kill it. So there you go. Let me go over the comments that were just made. Matthew Consuelo again, the creative has been stale. Yes, absolutely. 100% on that. I agree with you. Cat Inkpen says Riddle getting busted is funny as hell and mildly hypocritical. He's busted not for marijuana usage. That's what they love to do. They love to make jokes about Matt Riddle and his usage of marijuana. And that is not the case. This is some other kind of situation, which I have no idea. I have no idea what that may be that he's failing a drug test for. I hope it's not any hard drugs. They have not said anything about steroids, but supposedly he has failed 2 drug tests. They're putting him through rehab at this time. He's going to be off television for a little while. And with that, that could be a cause of creative booking decision problems for him. They may not trust him. Look at Jeff Hardy's history. Guy's been in and out of the main event and down the mid card to practically nothing at certain points in his career. So Matt Riddle could fall into that same situation if he doesn't watch his ass. And I'll tell you another thing. He fails another drug test after rehab, his ass will be gone. He will no longer be in WWE. After 3 strikes, you're out. You're done. You're out of the fucking company forever. They don't play around with that. So to be quite frank with you guys, Matt Riddle is in deep shit right now, creatively and professionally. He's got all kinds of problems going on in his life between his marriage failing, drug addiction, and everything else in between. Somewhat feel sorry for the guy, somewhat don't feel sorry for the guy. I feel bad that he lost his marriage with his wife, but this drug addiction problem, I mean, I'm not going to shit all over him because of that. I mean, people have those issues, and it's very hard to break those addictions sometimes, depending on how strong-willed you are. But at the end of the day, I mean, if he wants to keep his job and keep his career going, he's going to have to choose his drug addiction or his career within WWE so he can support himself and enjoy doing what he loves to do, and that's pro wrestling. I would choose the pro wrestling if that's what he wants. I wouldn't take the drugs. The drugs ain't going to help bring you money. I mean, unless you want to become a drug dealer, but that's not going to exactly bring you any kind of money either, because if you get caught doing it, you're pretty much fucked anyway. So what's the point? Anyway, let's move on here. Got quite a few other comments. Wow. Damn, you guys. All right. I left off with Cat Inkpen's thing with Matt Riddle. Let me go over the other comments. Matthew Consuelo says Triple H is wasting Johnny Gargano's career. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Why isn't he getting in some serious storylines, some great matches on Raw? I mean, we were getting that at a certain point when he started, and now it's kind of like went right downhill. I mean, it's bad. Matt87 Eagle says, if we're getting Lesnar versus Walter, that's great. I agree with you. I think that match will fucking kill it. Matthew Consuelo also says, get him out of the worst storyline. Dexter and and the Miz. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. I think he is. I think last night's episode was kind of fun. I enjoyed that, but let's move on from all of this. I mean, what does Johnny Gargano need to do with Dexter Lumis and the Miz? This is getting a little bit ridiculous in my book. Bring me Tommaso Ciampa and have these two guys team together to elevate the tag team division, please. I can deal with that. Alyssa Stansberry says Raw been horrible because Vince McMahon. Raw been horrible is back because signed back because Raw been bad. Okay. All right. Cat Ink Pen says, oh, I know. I think she's referring to what I said earlier about it's not a pot smoking issue, it's something else about his drug test failure. Matt87 Eagle says, I think Sheamus should win the IC title first because those two don't need a title to be to put on a classic. I am against that idea. I think Gunther should retain the title. Sheamus should not win the belt. I think Gunther should keep it, face Brock Lesnar, beat Brock Lesnar, retain the Intercontinental title again because he will be beating a big name while defending that title. That is my reasoning behind why Gunther should stay Intercontinental Champion and Brock Lesnar should challenge for it and retain the belt against Brock Lesnar. I think it would bring it some prestige by doing it that way. Just my thoughts. Matthew Consuelo. Whoops, I fucked up here. Trying to pull down the chat, and it's kind of giving me a hard time here. All right. Oh, shit, I lost my place. Oh, here we go. Matthew Consuelo says Triple H should have heels and baby faces to stop running away. I agree. I think that's retarded. Matthew Consuelo also says, look, what happened with Stone Cold and Triple H himself? They were brawling. Yeah. I mean, both of them were brawling each other, killing one another, trying to outdo the other. I totally agree with you on that. He also says, I feel bad for Mia Yim. Her and Keith are still together, and she deleted her Twitter. Okay. Daniel says, sorry, I had a bit of a rant. Okay. Well, I'm glad to see you here, man, and it's a pleasure having you here. Matthew Consuelo also says, oh, sorry, I forgot to add The Miz, and my bad. He then goes on to talk about why can't Triple H sign someone to help with the women's division with their booking. That does not sound like a bad idea because last night's show was not all that great with the women's matches except for Rhea Ripley and Asuka. But thing is, Asuka and Rhea Ripley did not bring a whole lot of entertainment out of it. He also says, why don't they sign like Ryan Ward or Maria? Look at my other comments at top. Yeah, I already looked at them. Shit. Okay. So Alyssa Stansberry says Vince McMahon won sign because Raw been bad. Okay. Whatever you say, Alyssa. And Daniel says, I saw something about the WWE higher ups saying they want nothing to do with Vince McMahon return, which I hope is true. From your mouth to God's ears, Daniel, I hope that is the correct decision by the higher ups in WWE, because if it's not, we as a fan base really need to take a stand and boycott WWE. Honestly, I'm not making money doing this job. I do this for a hobby. If I was making money off of this, I'd have to say, yes, I would continue doing it, but I would recommend everyone else to stop viewing the show until Vince McMahon was gone. Because if this is my full-time job, if it was, I'd have to do that. I'd have no choice. But you guys would have a choice because you're not making money doing this content at all. You guys are followers of this channel. And I would totally respect and would really think that you guys would want to totally discontinue watching this company with Vince McMahon in power, because it is a fucking travesty if they allow this piece of shit to come back and get the rights of his positions back. It's pathetic. Daniel says, if Vince returns, it'll be the day I'm done with WWE for good and just care about AEW for sure. Matthew Consuelo says, which I hope he does not return. Well, I'm glad everybody else here in this chat is in 100% agreement with me. This guy deserves nothing but a stiff kick in the ass out the fucking door. He doesn't deserve anything. He is the lowest of lows within the wrestling business. This guy has no character. He has no care for anyone. He is a ruthless, mean motherfucker businessman that only cares about one thing, and that's the moolah, the money. No. This whole life isn't all about money, Vince. It's about caring about other people that bring you that money, that help you get where you are. These men and women go out there every fucking night. Yes, it's a scripted show. It's fixed. But they go out and they bust their hump in front of a crowd that shouldn't get shit. These crowds are terrible. They show no ounce of care whatsoever to these shows. They don't come there for excitement. They don't come there to enjoy what they're watching. They don't come there to do shit, but sit there like a bunch of eggplants watching a show go on. Then why are you spending your money, your hard-earned money, spending hundreds of dollars per ticket, or even thousands for that matter, for the people that sit in the very front by the barricade? What the fuck are you guys doing? Like I said in my review from last night, Raw and SmackDown back in the 90s, the early 2000s, what did we see? Go on to the Peacock channel. Look up the WWE. Look at the old episodes from 1999 all the way up to 2008, 2009 even. Fuck, even 2010. What did we see from those crowds? We saw when the cameraman went ahead and panned everybody, those fans were crazy. They were acting as if they were in a mosh pit for a rock concert, man. That is what we need to see in pro wrestling. We need to see people getting fucking excited to be there and want to fucking raise the level of entertainment and excitement within these shows. The crowd has a lot to do with what makes a show. So many factors that play into pro wrestling. It's ridiculous. Without a good crowd, without a good announcing team, and without good storylines and good wrestling within the ring, you got nothing. You got shit. And these crowds are fucking terrible. They should be ashamed of themselves. You look back in 1999, fucking Attitude Era. This cameraman would fucking pan in front of the fans. The bird. They fucking act like crazy lunatics excited to be there. What do we get now? We got a bunch of fucking morons sitting there and just going, "Yay, I'm here. I'm watching the show. Woohoo." Fuck you, you stupid putz. You come there, you get excited, you fucking have a blast. You don't go ahead and sit there like a fucking buffoon doing absolutely nothing while you spent your fucking money. What the hell are you doing there? Come on, man. Jeez. All right. Got a lot of comments coming in. I got to catch back up here. All right. Matthew Consuelo says, why isn't Raw being booked like SmackDown? Already stated this, Matthew. It's because it's a 3-hour show, and I don't think Triple H has the time or energy or care to invest in 3 hours trying to make a show as good as a 2-hour SmackDown. And that's what needs to happen. SmackDown or Raw needs to be a 2-hour show. That simple. Daniel says, I definitely prefer to keep Triple H over Vince. Sure, not every episode is great, but I know he cares for the company more than Vince ever did, and I'm on Team Triple H. Hashtag Team Triple H. Matthew Consuelo says, Undertaker chokeslam Stephanie McMahon and everyone else on that night. That crowd was loud. Yeah, it was fucking insane. He's talking about a Monday Night Raw episode in 2000. Yeah, the fucking crowd was explosive. You go back and you watch that, and it's still entertaining. You watch today's wrestling, it's like night and day. It's like, who cares? What do I need to watch it for? I watched Raw last night, not because I gave a shit about the damn show. Hey, it wasn't nothing worth watching on that show. But I did it because I haven't done a Raw review separately from the Random Wrestling Talk. So, there you go. Also, Matthew Consuelo is saying the camera was shaking when that occurred as well. Let me see here. I think I lost my place. Oh, yeah. Daniel says, I feel like the pay-per-views carry WWE nowadays sometimes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you watch the pay-per-views, that's all you really need to watch. The pay-per-views is what's worth watching. The week-to-week shows are pointless, I think. Daniel says, was there a story about Regal likely returning to WWE? Yeah, but I haven't gotten into it. You guys can go over to JD from New York 206. He has reported that on his channel, so you can get the full scoop on that. Matthew Consuelo says it's going to take years for the crowd to understand. I don't understand what's there to understand. You're there to have fun, so have fun. You paid a lot of money to go there. You better have fun, or you're just wasting your time and your money. Don't understand it. Matthew Consuelo says if Triple H stays in power, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know, man. I just think that WWE is really a fucked up show and a fucked up product. Matt says that they are brainwashed. Maybe so. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're thinking and why they spend their hard-earned money and not make their voices heard. I think it's pretty sad. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say at this time. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit because I was getting kind of loud here. Apologize about that if I was annoying anyone with my loud ranting. But at this time, guys, you know what to do. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. I thank you guys very much for watching. And I hope you have a great night. I'll speak to you again tomorrow for Dynamite. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye, guys.